Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you today? As you can see, we're in a different location. We're outdoors again. I thought I should just change up the location for a video today. Alright, so as you can see from the title, we're doing a different type of video this week. We're doing a sit down and chat video, right? The question was, how did you know he was the one? What made you sure? What signs were there that made you sure that this is a thing for life, basically? And I get that question all the time, so I thought I could touch on it this time. Right. So, quick disclaimer before I even start and do anything. I am young.
Alright, first things first.
Something. I do not believe in the one. I don't believe that each person has just one person for them in their lives, because if you think about it logically, that doesn't make any sense. So think about this. It's almost like a very messed up butterfly effect. So I was supposed to get married to Alex, but instead I got married to James. By that one action alone, and if we're going by the argument that Alex was the only person in the world for me, and by not getting married to Alex, I got married to James, all of a sudden that means that Alex is going to end up marrying the wrong person because I was his Mrs. Right, he's only Mrs. Right, and now I'm with someone else. So he has to marry the wrong person, and then he's you get my point? Then his person marries the wrong person, marries the wrong person, and then there's a chain effect of wrong marriages across the world, based singularly by one person getting married to the wrong person. Do you see how logically that doesn't make sense? Or how, if you believe in any religion and think of God being merciful, that doesn't make any sense? Because then it means one person's mistake alters the whole world. Literally, the course of the whole world and how the whole world will turn out, because one person married the wrong person, the whole world married wrong. I think we can safely assume, between you and I, that there's no such thing. There are a couple of the ones. Not to say it's impossible to marry wrong because there's not just the one person for you, but I believe, and I'm sure there are several people around the world like me that believe that there are several people for you. There are several different matches. There's the perfect will, there's the permissible will. There are several different matches of people who could get married to you and give you a fulfilling long life. The majority of it is a choice matter, and these hints that I will be going into shortly. So I just have to put that out there first of all, that the one is not a thing. So I'm addressing how to find one of the ones. Yeah? Okay, let's go into that. The first tip or thing that was important for me to notice, or when I noticed that, I realized that, I couldn't really just dismiss Alex as a life partner, was the fact that his strengths are my weaknesses, and my weaknesses or my strengths are his weaknesses. What I mean is, he's social, for example. Anybody who knows Alex, mostly is a social person. I'm not a social person, not as social as he is. And so it was important in a world where you have to, for example, network, meet people, interact with people, relate with people, that if I wasn't doing it very well because of my own orientation, the person who I was partnered with for life could pick up my slack where I couldn't. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so, for on his own ends, for example, I'm a bit more organized when it comes to planning and when it comes to finances. I'm a bit more organized, I'm a bit more structured, I'm a bit more disciplined when it comes to those areas. And so when I came into his life, it was helpful because all of a sudden there was no point arguing about who was going to manage the finances, because it was obvious who was the better person at managing the finances. So the better person did it. And when, there was temptation to just, for me, to just stay indoors and do nothing, Alex would be the person who'd be like, let's go out, let's network. And so it was important that, or it is important, as you find a life partner, whoever you want to spend the rest of your life with, or as you're seeing someone and wondering, is this the person for me, or could this person be one of the people for me? It's important that you try and think if the things you're bad at, they are good at, and the things they're bad at, you're good at. It's important you complement each other. If it's just a thing where you're both good at one thing and you're both shit at the other thing, it's going to be a problem. Do you see? Because then when that bad thing comes, you're both bad at it. So no one is there to help the other person improve or grow because you're both bad at one thing. Okay, I'm just trying to take off my shade so maybe you can see me better and we can interact better. So the second point or hint to find out if the person you're with might be someone you can spend the rest of your life with is that it's practically impossible to get rid of them, right? Now, it's important as I make this point that we differentiate between someone who's persistent and someone who is harassing you, right? So I'm not talking about those who you're clear cut when you tell them, don't talk to me anymore, I'm not interested, leave me be, and they keep disturbing you and badging on your door. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about someone who doesn't give you the chance every single time to run away. You know, as humans, if you're anything like me or as a person, sometimes you get close to someone or you get close to something and your fear of what you perceive might happen makes you want to run. Like you're a flight risk. I always used to say this before. I was like, I used to be a flight risk. I used to want to bolt at any second. Anything that looks sort of wrong, I was out of there in a second. And Alex did not let me do that. He did not give me the opportunity to run when I wanted to run. Several times I'll reach out to him and I'll tell him, oh, I had doubt. He didn't give me the opportunity to let that fear and doubt and skepticism overpower me and my belief in our relationship. And every single time I came to him with my fear, he'd tell me, okay, I hear you, but that's your fear. Like, let's be honest, that's your fear. I don't have those fears. God has made it clear to me that I'm getting married to you. Like, to me, it's clear. So you wait for your signal from God, that's fine. But I'm not going anywhere in the meantime, just so you know. Like, I'll let you be, I'll give you space to do your thing, you know. He didn't put pressure on me, but he never made me feel like I could not come to him to talk. And I think that's very important. I think you need someone who doesn't give up easily. How 1 Corinthians in the Bible says, love doesn't give up. Someone who doesn't give up all the time, or who's not quick to just dismiss your problems or dismiss any little sign of a problem or doubt or fear or insecurity and say, this is too much for me. Someone who is happy to take on your hard work and work hard on it. Yeah, that's very, very important to me in a relationship. But again, like I said, it's important you differentiate between a persistent person and a harasser. We're not talking about harassers. We're talking about persistent, godly people. Okay? All right. So the third point I was going to make is he or she has to be able to speak and understand your love language. Right? So I don't know how many of you know about the book by Gary Chapman. He's a Christian writer and he wrote about 5 love languages. I'm just going to read them out. Receiving of gifts. Yeah. Quality time. Acts of service, words of affirmation, and physical touch. Those are the 5 love languages. And he says the theory in the book is everyone speaks their own love language. You may speak all 5 languages, but in different degrees, and there are a couple that are higher up for you than the others, right? Same with your partner. So the point is, people have come to me in the past before, my friends, complaining about their boyfriends or their fiance, yeah, just saying he's not showing enough affection. I keep telling him he's not showing enough affection for me. And I think the first thing I always say to them in that situation is, what is your love language? And what is his love language? And do you guys know what each other's love language is before you went to this relationship? When Alex and I were dating, we did this test now. And so whilst we were dating, I gave him the test as an online test, and I'm going to put the link somewhere in the description below. And I suggest you do the test, you and your partners. Do it separately. And it just gives you different scenarios, and you answer what is important to you. literally. And once you're done, it gives you a breakdown of what it thinks your love languages are based on how you answered those questions. When you're talking about love languages, it's important, right, that you're speaking your partner's love language, not your own. I'll give you an example. If my love language, for example, is physical touch, you know, which goes more than sex, by the way, it's just you like holding hands, you like cuddling, you like strokes, just physical touch. If that's my love language and my partner's love language is acts of service being like, so just like you rubbing their feet, or for example, if they're supposed to cook today, you cook for them, stuff like that. You will find that you will have a problem relating to each other or showing each other you love each other if you, who likes physical touch, just keeps on touching your partner because you're thinking, this is how I understand love. And so I'm just thinking, because this is how I receive love. I like to be held, I like to be touched. And when you do that, I know you love me. Therefore, for me to show I love you, let me do the same things for you. But you're going to find you're going to have a problem because your partner doesn't see being touched as meaning you love them. They see you making their lives easier, like, do something for me. For example, my main love language is acts of service. I like it if I'm sleeping and I'm like, Alex, can you help me go and get a bottle of water to drink in the middle of the night? These things mean more to me than buying gifts. Not to say gifts don't matter, but they mean way less to me than if you just made my life easier. Like, I was supposed to cook today, you cook, or you carry the bags, or just do something to make my life easier. This is what love means to me. So if Alex was constantly telling me, "Oh, I love you" every day, it doesn't mean that much to me because my love language is not words of affirmation. Do you understand? So it's important that when you're finding a future partner, both of you do the love language test individually, and then you understand each other's love languages, and then you speak the other person's love language to them. Do you understand? So I think that's really important for you to find out whilst you are trying to find out who might be the one for you. It's important to find this out early on too, because sometimes someone's love language might be physical touch, and you might be a person who's so averse to physical touch for whatever reason, and all of a sudden you find that you're physically incapable of showing the person the kind of love they want to be shown because of whatever reason. And if that is the case, then it makes sense to find this out before you get married, as opposed to getting into marriage and then having struggles because your partner doesn't feel loved. I hope I made myself clear. I hope you understand the point. But if you haven't, to the next point, I'm going to make this quick. The next point is quick and easy. You should be best friends with your partner. When I mean best friends, I mean like they should be your skin. They should be your limb, an extension of yourself. When I hear of couples, you read it online as well, of couples who tell you they have never used the toilet in front of each other, or they never fart in front of each other, or they don't change in front of each other, or they have different things they don't do in front of each other. We don't tell each other this. You hear of women who their husbands have never seen them take off their wigs. You hear of strange. Well, I mean, I don't want to say strange because quite a few of them also are tied to culture, right? But different kind of things. And I feel like these kind of limitations and restrictions will make it hard for you to blend properly and seamlessly with another human being. Like, I can call Alex for the stupidest things. I can call him to tell him about what is going on in the toilet. I'm like, Alex, let me tell you how it's going on. I'm describing to him the speed at which what's happening is happening. I can describe to him what I feel, the smell. This is what we discussed. Like, Alex cannot put me on loudspeaker because he doesn't know what the hell I'm going to say in that particular day. And I think it's important that whoever you're planning to spend the rest of your life with, you can talk to them about anything. Like, I find it hard to keep secrets from him, even if it's a secret that's for his benefit. Like, I mean, full disclosure, when he was getting called to bar, I was meant to do a surprise wig and gown thing for him. His mom and I were meant to work on it together. Let me not lie. I told him. Like, let me not lie. I just did. Sorry. It just came out. I was just like, you know what? We're getting you wig and gown for called to bar, but be surprised, be grateful, be happy. That's how I start doing. I think everyone knows that point, so I'm not going to hammer it more than that point. But I think you should be able to just be your best, your partner, your lover, should be you, just an extension of you. That's the only way I can put it. I'm not saying that they're the other points you know about, like, the usual points you know about: people who don't make you feel bad, people who build you up, people who give you unconditional support. We all know these points, so I'm not going to hammer them on because you know them. The next point I want to make, and this last point, is you should love them. And when I say you should love them, him or her, I don't mean this all-consuming flame of a love that is so fiery and it burns out and it burns you in the process. That's not what I mean. I mean a calm love, sort of like a candle, like an everlasting burning candle, something like that. If you have a relationship with someone, and I think it's important, whether or not you agree with me, that every person has one of these consuming love type relationships that, consumes your thoughts, consumes your brain, consumes your common sense, consumes your heart, and eventually consumes you at a point, and then you get out of the fire. But I think it gives you a lesson. And then once you've had that experience, this Chris love, I think that's the best way to put it. Then you find a mature love, something that is more steadfast, something that lasts longer, something that is concrete, something that doesn't consume you with desire or lust or anger or hate. It's just a peace. It's like a calm flowing stream of love that is as sure and practical as anything else. You need to find a partner that makes sense. Yeah? People jump into relationships based on so much feelings and so little sense. It needs to make sense. And these points I raised, right? So especially the first point, someone's strength who complements your weakness. That's a practical reason. Someone who's going to build you up and help you be a better version of yourself, not keep on being the worst version of the worst things you are and the best of the best you are. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need someone who balances you out, someone who grows, who makes you grow, someone who uplifts you when you're down and who you can uplift when they're down. The relationship needs to make sense. It needs, like, when you think about it, sense day. Do you understand what I'm saying? So these are the points I'm going to make in this video. I'm sure there are way more points I haven't covered, so please feel free to share with me, right? Tell me what it is that you think are indicators on how someone can find the one or one of the ones. Let me know in the comments down below if you even believe in the one, or if you also, like me, believe that people are not tied to just one person in their life, and there are several options out there that God has provided for each person, so that if you miss plan A, you get B, C, D, E, F, or G, H, I, G, H. You get my point? If you believe that, let me know. Just let me know what it is you believe in the comments down below. If it's the kind of videos you'd like to see, let me know. If it's not your cup of tea, please leave suggestions down below, because what I'm trying to do from here on out is to literally try out different types of videos so I know what it is that you guys, my subscribers and my viewers, want to see, and I'm trying to literally just give you guys what you want to see. Don't forget, please, to comment, subscribe, like, tell your friend, tell their friend, tell your friend and your friend and your friend. Also, don't forget to follow my Instagram page. And yeah, just like, I'm gonna keep hammering on this point until, I don't think I'll ever stop, actually, come to think about it. I will hammer on it forever. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for chilling with me this week. Thank you for everything. I hope your November is going good, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace. I forgot to add one major point, which is a phrase I heard from somewhere, I don't know, a while ago, and it says marriage is like a pair of shoes. You pick what fits you. Okay? So I'm just going to live with that final note. Don't go looking for a spouse who is so different, so fundamentally different from what you stand for and believe in. Don't go finding a partner who stands for everything you don't stand for, or who forces you to change into something that's not that serious. For example, if you're a traditional wife who wants to stay at home, cook, nurture her home, take care of her husband, bear the children, take care of them, and just focus on that and not work. Don't be looking for a man who's looking for, don't be looking for a man who wants a wife who works, for example, right? And men, if you're a traditional man who wants a woman to stay at home, right? Who wants someone to cook and clean, don't go and find a woman who obviously is a career woman and wants to build her career and focus on her life and is not planning to stay at home every day cooking and cleaning for you. Don't go and marry someone with the aim of making their lives miserable by molding them into something they don't want to be. That's wrong. That's actually unconscionable behavior, especially because there are over 7 billion people in the planet. And you will find someone with the same kind of values as you and the same arrangement that you're offering is what they want. So don't go out looking for someone who wants something entirely different because there's no need for that. Yeah? My sister's relationship might not be the same thing. My brother's relationship might not be the same thing. My friend's relationship might be something different. And that's fine because you marry the kind of person that you choose to be with and can fit your lifestyle and give you peace and happiness. What did I say? Peace and happiness. You don't play with that. No matter who you're marrying, don't marry anyone who's going to fuck around with your peace of mind. Yeah? That's the summary. In essence, case closed. I'm going to stop this video now. But yeah, thanks guys. Bye.